You've probably heard that famous quote about evil, right? The one about good men doing nothing? Well, what if I told you its real history is a total mystery and its meaning is actually backed up by modern science? Today, we're digging into the moral cost of silence and what it says about the choices we all make. So let's start with a big question. What actually allows evil to triumph? For centuries, one single, powerful idea has offered a pretty sobering answer. And it's not just about how strong or clever the bad guys are. It's about something else entirely. And there it is. Wow. I mean, that hits hard, doesn't it? It's so direct, it feels like a law of nature. It's suggesting that for something bad to succeed, it's not just about what the perpetrators do. It's maybe even more about what the observers don't do. To really get why this idea is so powerful, we need to kind of take it apart. It's structured like a perfect and honestly pretty chilling moral equation. So you can think of the quote as having two parts. On one side, you've got the problem, bad men and their goals. But the quote is basically screaming that this is only half the equation. Their success completely depends on the other side, the good men who just look on and do nothing. The real kicker is that evil doesn't win in a vacuum. It needs an audience that's willing to stay silent. All right, so who do we have to thank for this incredible line? Most people would probably say, oh, that was Edmund Burke, the 18th century Irish statesman. But get this, that's where the story takes a really fascinating turn, because they'd be wrong. You see, the idea itself has this really cool history. Back in 1770, Edmund Burke absolutely wrote about the core concept that bad things happen when good people just aren't on the same page. Then, almost 100 years later, the philosopher John Stuart Mill said something very similar. But here's the thing. Neither of them actually said the exact words we all know. That punchy, modern version, it just sort of appeared in the 20th century and spread like wildfire. And that, right there, is the real point. The power isn't about who exactly wrote it down first. The power is in the idea itself, this timeless concept that's been sharpened and passed down through generations. It's an idea so fundamental, it doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to all of us. Okay, so fast forward from old school philosophy to modern science, and guess what? In the 20th century, social psychologists started asking the exact same question. Why do good people so often just stand by? And they gave the answer a name. They called it the bystander effect. And the theory behind it is, well, it's kind of chilling. It says that the more people who see something bad happening, the less likely any single one of them is to actually help. Crazy, right? It's all because of something called diffusion of responsibility. It's like, if there's a crowd, everyone just kind of assumes someone else is going to step up, so the personal pressure to act just evaporates. So, psychologists figured out that our brain goes through a few steps before we decide to help. First, you have to even notice something is going on. Okay, check. Second, you have to decide, yep, this is a real emergency. But third, and this is the big one, this is where it all can go wrong, you have to personally decide that it's your job to do something about it. If the chain breaks at any of those points, you get an action. So it doesn't matter if you're looking at this as an 18th century philosopher or a modern-day psychologist. The takeaway is exactly the same. Our choices, including the choice to stand by and do nothing, they have huge, real-world consequences. Because here's the thing, looking away, that's not a neutral act. It's a decision. It's like casting a vote for things to stay exactly as they are. In that moral equation we started with, doing nothing is the one variable that lets the whole problem keep going. It's an action that's just disguised as an action. And that's what brings this huge, centuries-old idea right back down to us, to you and me, right here, right now. When we see something wrong, when we are the ones looking on, that responsibility to break the chain falls on each of us. That quote, it's not just describing a problem out there in the world. Nope. It's asking us a question. So, what will your choice be?